Hey,
Hey, Mark.
Hello.
double trouble got both of you.
Yeah,
How's it
yeah.
going? I'm Oscar, by the way.
Yeah, I know, I know. Great to see you. I was only expecting Alyse, so great to have both of you on for this today.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate the time and want to get into the new single and, of course, your show in our neck of the woods and get your opinion on something at the end here, which will be fun with the two of you, a little music debate.
Yeah, okay. We got that.
Okay, so let's start off with the new single, Barely Human. Really loving it. Gives me like Terminator vibes though when I like break down the lyrics. I think of like T2 or something.
I love that so much. Hell yeah. Have you watched the music video too, or have you
Oh
just
yeah.
been rocking the song? Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Yeah, the video was a crazy experience with Jensen Owen and like also like the recording like it was produced with Kane Churko. Kane and Kevin Churko have recorded like Disturbed and Bad
Oh yeah.
Omens and
In this
Moment like so
moment.
yeah, so we're really stoked for this record.
And that's what I was going to ask you about. Obviously, working with Kane Churko, I imagine you took the trip out to Vegas for that.
We did. We
Well,
did. We spent 6 weeks in
6 weeks
Vegas
in
together.
August in
Oh,
Vegas. So it was a warm time.
Yep.
I imagine. I was going to say that between the heat and all the entertainment, I imagine it's hard to stay focused and hunker down in like a recording studio.
Oh my God. It was amazing though. Like I said, it was 6 weeks, right, of us like day in, day out, like 40 hours a week, like in the studio, like day after day. And then after the studio, we would go back to where we were spending the night and keep working on the songs, coming up with other ideas, stuff for the next day. So it was just nonstop the entire time. We got to see the strip a little bit,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of fun
It was mostly
writing.
just writing. Yeah. And like Kane, I mean, we started, I guess, like what is in like just before the afternoon, right? And
Mhm.
then we would go until like very late, like very, very late. And so, I mean, it was just every single day writing nonstop songs. And I think what's cool about Kane is he really like pushed the boundaries for, because I think in the past, we've been kind of like told like okay yeah you need to stay in your lane of like rock metal like what does but if you have rap in it it needs to sound like similar to where it's still metal and rock, right? And so like we always kind of felt like we were in this box but like we still kind of broke out of it all the time. We don't really like to listen to the rules. But with Kane, it was like the opposite. He was like, write as modern of a rap as you want. It doesn't matter, homie. We're just gonna slap some more guitars over there. We'll make it a fucking metal song. Sorry for
Well, that's great, and that's what I was going to ask you about too. I mean, because it just says he worked on the single, but he worked on the full album. You guys have a full album ready to go, right?
we do, but we just got signed to a record label, Judge and Jury, actually.
Right.
So now that we're signed, so Howard Benson, God, he's
Legend.
produced like Grace, Legends, yeah, Seether, God, everybody,
Hoobastank and everyone.
Bon Jovi, like everybody defense. And we yeah, I don't know, like after we showed him Barely Human and like what we've been doing, like we've been touring a lot. Like we just finished a tour with Saliva, but before that we did a sold out tour in UK and Europe. And before that, we were on tour with Pop People in a Trade. So we've just been like killing these tours like nonstop, back to back. And like Howard just like recognized like our vision and how big, like how much we've just been like grinding. Like we worked so hard, and he loved the Barely Human record, and he was just like, I really want to work with you guys. And so we joined forces with Judge and Jury recently. So some of the Kane songs, I think we're keeping it in our arsenal, like
Ah.
for right now. We're writing with so many amazing writers, with 3 Days Grace and just so many big people that like we have a new song coming out in January called
Mm.
Starless, and that's going to be like a Judge and Jury record. And so yeah, we might prioritize some J&J songs right now, but I think we'll be trickling some Kane Churko stuff like in between.
Yeah, I mean, that was my question, just from the industry side. Like, how do you go produce an album with Kevin Churko or Kane Churko, sorry, and then not have Howard Benson get his claws on it when he's putting out the record? So completely different music.
Right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, I mean they've been so great, and he actually does respect a lot of his like his musical talents and everything, and he really loved the record Barely Human. And so I think it's just taking like what we learned from that experience and like just building from it and working with some amazing writers and pushing out new music together.
I was going to touch upon the tour that you guys just wrapped up with Saliva, played the
Yeah.
Glass House in our neck of the woods. I was bummed I missed the show, but also really good friends with Will Martin of Earshot, who was on that bill. I'm hoping you got to hang out with him a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We did. We toured with Earshot, Saliva, and the founder. So you know, Austin Winkler, the original singer of Hinder, he
Right.
has a project called The Founder now. And so that tour was really, really cool. I think all three of like all the bands on the tour are signed to J&J right now. You know, and so it was kind of like a, you know, a label tour,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
will. It was
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Born with family, basically.
Yeah, yeah, the family tour. Yeah.
I love that though. I mean that's been missing, I think, from labels. You know, I feel like Slipknot had that back in like the 2000s. It was like this label was kind of like its own little family, and it's cool to
I
see
love
that
that.
Judge and Jury's doing that now.
Yeah, yeah, it's been great. It's been great so far.
No, especially on the tour and like I said, being in the Judge and Jury family, like it's really cool to get to work alongside these amazing artists that have been putting stuff out for years, and finding new ways to work together, right? Like what avenues can we explore with everybody we got to tour with? You know, we shared the stage. What's like next? What
Yeah.
Right.
else can we put on the table with them? So we're
Yeah.
super excited to even start unraveling what that looks like.
And I think it was great that like so our band has been independent like this whole time and up until now. So like the fact that like we've been grinding and like working like our butts off to get to where we are. And like with Barely Human, it's almost like it's like breaking out, you know? Like here is this band is like we're being in level. Like it don't know what you know. Like it's like smacking people in the faces with katanas and you know and and like robotic arms. It's great. Yeah.
Well, I love it, and looking forward to the show. We got you in our neck of the woods. Going to be at the District in Redlands on December 17th, along with Mixie and Stitched Up Heart.
Yeah, yeah, super stoked to play some shows with her. We actually got like a couple of shows coming up. Like tomorrow, we're gonna be doing an acoustic show on the radio for a different radio station. I let me know if you ever want us, you know. And then we got like a pre Thanksgiving show like in like around Chicago, Illinois area. And then we do a couple dates with Mixie in Stitched Apart and Lauren Babick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be touring with them a couple days in December, and then right after that, we're on Shipwrecked in the
Oh, wow.
Bahamas with like Hailstorm and Motion White and From Ashes to New and so many freaking amazing bands. Like, so that's gonna be like we play in Miami, and then we play on the cruise ship, we play in Bahamas. So like that's just gonna blow my mind. Like, and then starting December 8th, we're actually gonna be announcing another tour um with some really really big people that I'm really really excited to announce. I can let you know after this. But yeah, that tour is going to be in February and March, and it's
Oh,
like
wow.
all over the United States. Like it's everywhere in February and March. Yeah.
I love it. Love seeing the hustle. Love the drive and determination. So cool. I'm curious, going back to Stitched Up Heart for 1 second. Do you either of you own any pets? Do you have a dog, cat at home?
I have a cat.
And I have a dog and a cat, yeah.
I was gonna say you'll bond with
Yeah,
Mixie
why
over
why do you bring that up?
because Mixie is a huge cat lover and rescuer. Mixie from Stitched Up Heart. She
Oh, I didn't
rescues
know
like
that.
she's rescued like 100 different cats, and like she's always like fostering them and nursing them back to health. So if you have any cat issues, questions, or just want to bond with her, cats is your way in.
Oh my God, I love cats. And I've been talking to her like I live in LA, you know, and she does too. And so like we've been talking about grabbing coffee and stuff. She's been busy, you know, on tour and stuff herself, and they've been doing
Sure.
like videos and stuff. So like when I get back, we were talking about like getting together and stuff. So I need to talk to her about I want to hang out with some cats and kittens.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that.
You can help them nurse and feed them back to health like she does all day long.
Oh, that's so freaking cute. I didn't know that. That's a fun tidbit.
Yeah. So I appreciate your guys' time. Last thing I wanted to hit you with a little music debate, and I have a feeling I know which way this is going to go, but we'll see how it shakes out. I mean, one of the things I love about your band is certainly the Linkin Park influence, and you know the dual vocals. And I've been having this little music debate with friends. Album one versus two. If you had to pick between Hybrid Theory and Meteora, which one would be your favorite out of those two? I'm curious to get each of your individual answers on that.
So I've said like basically my whole life, like that Hybrid Theory was pretty much my favorite album growing up because like don't get me wrong, I loved Metallica and Chris Cornell and a bunch of bands growing up, but I think like Hybrid Theory was the first CD I ever had in my like CD player where I didn't skip a song. Like I
Uh-huh.
literally listened to every single song front to back. I never skipped a song. And yeah, I don't know, Hybrid Theory like holds a really, really personal space in my heart for sure.
Um,
Oscar?
yeah, there's love for both of them for like really different reasons, right? Like I think Hybrid Theory is so raw, and it's like a lot of ours like break out, like I'm gonna start being aggressive with the world, and I don't know what these feelings are, but now I'm here, and I like that kind of relate here. And I think Meteora is like that matured sound a little bit, that refined a little bit, where they really started to find themselves and express that. And so I think for me, like Meteora, that's why it's a little bit further along for me, is just because it is a little bit more of they finally started to discover their sound, figure out how they wanted to like mold themselves and push this idea forward. I mean, you can have a breakout album, but how you follow it up, right? Like that's where the sauce is. So like it's really cool. So that's kind of why it's Meteora for me.
So coming down on opposing sides.
Yeah.
We do that a lot.
We're gonna have to duke this out later. So like, thank you for starting this.
Now, if you actually like, I know if you're gonna come out to Redlands, I really, really hope you do because like Oscar and I like we fight a lot on stage. Like we push, pull each other. We're headbanging, we're singing in people's faces, and like we're climbing light towers. We're like headbanging on the top of towers. Like we're like a very energetic show. But like a lot of people tell us, like one of our biggest dynamics is just like I guess like the chemistry we have is like yeah we fight and we push and pull each other and like we're I think it's good to have that duality. It's
Oh
good to
yeah.
be able to tell the same story in a song but from two separate sides, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't know, Barely Human really let us like show that too.
It's like the yin and the yang. You need both sides of the coin, kind of.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
Just to
exactly.
put a button on it, do you have a favorite Linkin Park song we could play for you?
Ooh. Um, wow. So I mean, mine, I don't know if my favorite one is like the radio one, is like one of their top radio hits, but I loved A Place for My Head.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I love the lyrics of that song. I used to listen to that one on repeat. What about you?
Um, Even though it's not off Meteora, probably Paper Cut. We
Yeah.
we and you, if you come out, you'll see why it has a special place for us. So definitely spin Paper Cut, and we're throwing down all night.